When you look at who's the scariest and most physical running backs of all time, there's a few clear-cut answers. Earl Campbell, Christian McCoy, Derrick Henry, Jim Brown. All brutal and violent hitters whose biggest weapons are their physicality. With brute force being their biggest utility, the running backs I just named have somewhat limited skill sets despite how unstoppable they can be on the field. This is Beast Mode. Beast Mode never played by those rules. Marshawn Lynch seems to be like a Swiss Army knife version of Derrick Henry, who can juke you out, run past you, and catch out of the backfield. All of that combined with a boulder-like core and untouchable balance while being drunk off of Hennessy. Once you can look at him in all of those aspects, you can really understand how special he was to the game of football. This man runs the ball like someone who was told that they'll never eat a Skittle again if he doesn't get at least a 10-yard run.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody successfully cage the dog that is Marshawn Lynch for more than a play. I've also never seen a running back with such an intimidating aura that it would have defenders act like they tripped before getting to him, so that they didn't have to make contact with him. If I could describe Marshawn's playstyle in a few sentences, I would classify it as an unkillable roach with the strength of a gorilla, agility of a cheetah, and the willpower of a seasoned bull. Those in his path got flattened, abused, battered, and left slowly demoralized each tackle, knowing it's going to only get harder and harder to bring him down, due to the fact that he seems to energize as his opponents struggle their hardest to get him off his feet. Look at what Luke Kuechly and Bobby Wagner think about the beast.
You can hit him, and he keeps getting back up. He enjoys that part of the game. I don't think it bothers him.
He's a load. He's a load. Yeah.
Like I said, whenever he puts his jersey and pads on, he's a guy that no one wants to tackle, no matter how long he's taking off.
This is the fear factor that Marshawn Lynch provides the Seahawks offense. Coupling that with the prime Legion of Boom defense, that made them the most feared and gangster squad in the league. We'll talk about the Legion of Boom in another video though. Imagine looking at this in the eyes while on the line of scrimmage, knowing he's coming to take your head off, flatten you, or break your ankles and make you look like a fool in front of your families. Pure fear. I believe that as time has passed, the respect on his name has been diminished and somewhat forgotten. But how? Remember the Super Bowl? He helped lead their game-winning drive and still didn't get the handoff at the goal line. There's always been an underlier on Marshawn Lynch his entire career, with league workers, executives, and staff always classifying him as a thug. I think the decision to not run the ball at the goal line was because they didn't want the team thug to be the reason they won. His thug persona is what made executives and coaches lack respect for him. Yet, that same trait is what made him put the fear of God in opposing defenses' hearts. Some players are too real for the NFL and will never be seen in the same perspective by coaches and staff as the fans who watched him and players of the league see him. I never hear him in the top running back conversation, when I really think it's warranted. Yet he plays with a bigger chip on his shoulder and is as skilled as any running back before him. Marshawn was truly a one-of-a-kind athlete and running back, and that's why I believe he was the most feared runner of the football ever. Never forget about Beast Mode.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.